Hey, everybody. I want to do a quick video on motivation versus inspiration. So I work with a lot of people who are senior in companies or running companies, and they often come in and talk about motivation. They say, oh, my motivation's not there. I feel demotivated, all that kind of stuff. And they want to address it. So there's a lot of, I've just noticed there's a lot of stuff going around the internet about motivation, and 99% of it doesn't work. And it's either blatantly false or just false through ignorance. It's very difficult to motivate yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Okay, so there's two things: there's motivation and there's inspiration. So if you're looking at something in terms of motivation, it's actually a signal that it's something that is of low interest to you. It's a signal that it's something that you're not really inspired to do. So I think it's better to focus on what you're inspired to do rather than what you have to be motivated to do. So there's an internal and an external going on here. So motivation comes from the external world. It's something that you need to be motivated to do extrinsically. Inspiration comes from something that's naturally inspiring to you. So, you know, whatever you're naturally energized to do, you will never need motivation to do. So, for example, in business, I've been asked in corporate to go in and talk about motivation, which I refuse to do. I say if I go in and talk about motivation, that in itself is adding to the problem. It's actually creating, or it's a symptom of a bigger problem within the company. I said what I'm happy to do is go in and talk about inspiration. So I want to give some little theory on it, but actually I want to make it practical because it's causing a lot of problems for people. So for example, in my own business, right, I've got tax obligations, got business activity statement returns in Australia, if you know about Australian tax law, tax returns, all that kind of stuff. Drives me crazy, as do a lot of other things that are administration related. So Lisa in my team takes care of all that, and she sends me emails, text messages. I'm probably really annoying to her. Lisa, if you're watching, hi and thank you. But she's amazing at all that stuff. So I need external motivation to deal with tax and the books and, you know, insurances and all that kind of stuff. Why? Well, I didn't set up a business to do all that kind of thing. It doesn't inspire me. Whereas I've got a great tax accountant and he's inspired by it. He loves it. He runs a business doing it and he's fantastic at it, right? So I'm not going to try and motivate myself to get good at, you know, doing the books and business activity statements for the tax office and insurance, you know, administration. I'm just not going to do it. So if I have to spend days doing that, I would need a heck of a lot of motivation to do it, but I'm not going to. I want to spend my days doing things I'm inspired to do. So I'm inspired to do things like what I'm doing now, working with clients, coaching, consulting, advising, mentoring, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm inspired to do, so I don't need to be motivated to do it. So what do you do? Okay, so with your motivations, anything you need to be motivated to do, delegate it. So if you need motivation, it's a sign that it's not inspiring, get rid of it. Caveat on that, if you're starting out in business, you kind of got to do a bit of everything yourself, so you really need a heck of a lot of motivation. Here's the kind of the paradox, right? You need a lot of motivation in the beginning. If you're starting out, you've got to roll up your sleeves and get stuck in. So you got to do all the crappy little jobs. However, because you're so inspired to be doing the business in the first place, even those things will be okay to do. They won't be as annoying. As the business grows, there will be a lot more administration to do and it'll become a lot less inspiring and very, very uninspiring. And so you can delegate them because the business is growing, okay? So if you find yourself trying to get motivated, or if you find yourself listening to somebody who's telling you how to be motivated, don't do it, okay? Instead, look inside and go, what inspires me? Okay, so inspiration comes from internal. It's an internal source of energy. Motivation comes externally. If you need to be consistently motivated to do something, then that's probably a signal that it is not interesting to you. It's not right for you, okay? But it might still need to be done. So give it to somebody else, Okay, so use these things as indicators, as tools, as reminders that say, hey, this goes to someone else. And the things you're inspired to do, the things that get you out of bed, you don't need motivation to do that. Okay, so I hope that clears up a few things around motivation, and please start thinking in terms of inspiration instead, and you'll do a lot better and you'll have a lot more energy as well. And until next time, talk soon. Thank you.